Good morning, you guys. It's your girl Queen Motivation, and I'm just sitting here enjoying this beautiful, beautiful day. It's storming outside, but the day is still beautiful. I'm just sitting here enjoying it. Got the patio open, just allowing that cool breeze to blow through here and listening to the rain hit and the thunder every once in a blue moon rumble and the lightning just light across the sky. It's really peaceful, But this video is definitely to talk to the person that's been struggling with forgiving themselves, who's been struggling with learning how to let go of people and learning how to let go of things and not allowing circumstances to take over them mentally and spiritually and emotionally and so on and so on. For a long time, I've been wrapped up in this emotional storm, feeling as if guilt have taken over me, right? And I forgot how to be free because I've been locked within my emotions for so long. And I know I talk a lot about healing and forgiving and things of such because sometimes in the moment, that's what pops up or that's what you're going through in that moment. So of course you want to push the message out for other people to heal and work on forgiving themselves and things of such, but it's so much harder when it's you that have to do the forgiving yourself and have to do the healing and have to put in the work. It's so easy for me to communicate with everyone else about how to heal, how to go about healing, what to do to heal, how do you know when you're actually healed, These conversations are easy because in the moment, I'm actually dealing with that message, I'm dealing with that emotion, so I'm able to push that message out. But lately I realized that I've been wrestling with a guilt emotion, right? I've been really guilty. I've been feeling guilty about a lot of different things. And one of the things that I have been really feeling guilty about is allowing myself to be free. I've been keeping myself hostage, trapped in my own emotions, right? I've been hurt a lot, based off of what my own family, put me through. They wasn't the worst, but they wasn't the best either. And one of the emotions that I was really guilty of was, what happened to me when I was 12, being molested, and then following a path of sexual assault and abuse and things of such, right? All of that left me feeling guilty, right? For a long time, I thought that I had conquered a lot of it. I thought that I had healed from a lot of it. And it shows in my previous friendships and relationships that haven't quite gotten the full healing that, I thought that I needed to proceed, right? Healing is an everyday journey. It's all day. You don't heal overnight and you don't heal that fast. So I sat down with myself and I said, Katrina, you've been walking around carrying guilt for a long time. You've been allowing this guilty emotion to spread through your entire existence of living. You haven't lived because you've been feeling guilty to be happy. You've been feeling guilty to be free. You've been feeling guilty to release. You've been holding on to a lot of different things. Some of the things that I've been holding on to, other people had let go. Anybody who knows me knows that I've never been afraid or ashamed to speak about my life and, the things that I've been through and, the things that I'm going through. I've been very transparent. I've been very open. I've been very authentic with my own self. So anytime a new emotion or something pops up, that lets me know that there's something else that I have to deal with. There's something else that I have to work through. There's something else that's been bothering me on the inside, internally, and I didn't know until a certain situation set off a trigger. Triggers come when somebody still has control over that emotion because you haven't really healed from it. I've never had a healthy relationship. All the relationships that I've been in, they never been healthy. They was always toxic. And one of the reasons why I would say they were toxic because that guilt. I went through so much stuff and I was just guilty. I didn't know how to let go of a lot of different things that happened to me. And being sexually assaulted and, molested and raped and things of that such, it became a part of me. It's like I felt guilty because I really felt like I deserved a lot of different things. I took a sister of mine through something, and we was able to patch stuff up, and I apologized to her for what I did and things of such, but I guess I realized that I have been carrying guilt for a long time, and it's like the dangers of not forgiving yourself, it leaves you in trapped emotions, and these trapped emotions, they have a way of taking over you, and you just kind of sit down and say, how do I let go of the things that still have such a tight grip on me? And that's when you realize that growth is so uncomfortable. And one of the reasons why growth is so uncomfortable because the one thing that a lot of people don't want to do is to acknowledge where growth is needed. A lot of people are comfortable and complacent with their life, and I'm not here to judge nobody, but a lot of people are definitely complacent with their life. I haven't succeeded in my life because of guilt, feeling like I don't deserve anything. So I really didn't put in too much work to get away from a lot of different things. So trapped emotions will literally have you stuck, and it will have you feeling guilty. And then when people come into your life and they treat you any kind of way, you somehow tell yourself that that's what you deserve. Based off of what you did to other people or what other people did to you, you kind of start believing that you deserve to be treated that way. So anytime a man or a woman comes into your life, they treat you based off how you really feel about yourself on the inside. Granted, you can look good on the outside, you can dress nice, you can smell good, you can always present yourself as a person that has it all together, but internally, a mess, okay? You are a mess, a broken mess. And until you can recognize that and acknowledge that, you'll never get to that place of growth. The next thing about growth being so uncomfortable is you You have to hold yourself accountable. A lot of people don't want to hold themselves accountable because it's so easy to blame someone for your shortcomings in life. Oh, it's his fault why I didn't make the basketball team, or it's her fault why I didn't get the promotion, or nobody wants to be the problem of their own life. Nobody wants to be the reason why their life is the way it is. Everybody wants to blame everybody. Oh, the courts, they got me messed up. I can't get no job, and but not recognizing or holding yourself accountable to the fact that you're the reason why you can't get that job. It's not the courts, because you went to jail, you got the speeding ticket, you did all of these things. You can't blame somebody. Oh, if me and you would have never got into an argument, I would have never pulled off and got a ticket. No, you could have sat down and dealt with yourself, or thought things through before you decided to make an impulsive decision and jump behind the wheel and pull off anger. A lot of people don't want to recognize themselves as the problem, and they don't want to hold themselves accountable. Oh, my childhood, my mom was abusive. She was a crackhead. My daddy was alcoholic. I was raised in the system. I didn't know what love was. And, it's easy to shift blame on people as to why you are the way you are. Now, granted, people can definitely contribute to a lot of those emotions and those factors. I'm not taking that from people, but you have to be responsible for your healing, because nobody is going to heal you. You have to heal yourself. So, me realizing that I've been living with this guilty emotion for a long time, I cheated myself out of actually being really loved. I cheated myself out of actually succeeding to where I wanted to succeed, or where I belong. I cheated myself out of a lot of different things because I've been running around in guilt. A lot of people hurt me, and I hurt a lot of people, but it's so much healing that has to go into releasing and not letting people control your emotions. So if I was you, I would first recognize, second acknowledge, third hold yourself accountable, and then begin your journey. Because your journey is not going to begin until you recognize what it is that you need to work on, until you acknowledge that, yep, definitely need to work on that, and hold yourself accountable. And one of the biggest things and the hardest things is forgive yourself. You're not perfect. You're human. Forgive yourself. Love yourself. Embrace yourself. Everything about you, embrace it. I don't care if it's good, if it's bad. Embrace it. And once you start those things, that's when your healing begins. You can't sweep your healing under the rug and just take pieces here and pieces there. You gotta heal through every aspect of your life. And a few days ago, I was able to release because I recognized, I acknowledged, I held myself accountable, and I was able to finally forgive myself. Now, my healing can happen. And another thing that I want to say before I get off of this video is that prepare your heart for the people who's not going to understand your healing journey, who's going to try to make you feel bad about your healing journey, who's going to try to attack your character because you're healing, And that's only because they haven't reached that level of growth and that level of healing that you're reaching. So prepare yourself for the people that's going to walk away and talk down to you and things of such. But who cares? Heal anyway. Love yourself, forgive yourself, embrace yourself, and put in that work. Because you deserve to be happy, loved, appreciated, and all the things that you yourself take for granted. You deserve all those things. Because you can't keep giving those things to people if you don't have them things yourself. Queen Motivation signing off. Love you guys.